Hi guys and welcome to another TSW World 2020 video. Cameras in different positions today just because I want to be able to show you this quick test I'm doing in TSW with the combined traction brake controller that is made by TS Controllers and will be available through THomson.com. If you haven't been to that wonderful website, do head over and take a look. So this isn't like a full walkthrough of it or anything like that. This is me just doing a bit of testing, and I thought, well, let's show you kind of what goes into the testing of it. So at the moment we can see that we have no master key in. Right, master key. Big thing about this, it's down there because I dropped it and I can't pick it up with this gammy hand. So I've got a screwdriver end in to do the difference. Now we've got that, let's get our direction switch to neutral. Did we just release the doors? I'm sure we did. We're loading passengers, that's fine. Let's get some headlights on. Step 1, so let's put that in step 2, step 3. I don't know why it starts in step 1 in TSW, it's a bit weird, it should start in step 3. Got line light, we've got everything like that, so hopefully when the doors are ready to close, we are ready to go. And you'll see me do every movement with this, so even with a horn. And that's on a flick, so we can give it a little flick, or a little flick forward. It's not the best view, I know, it's not meant for that, it's just I was testing and I thought you guys would probably quite like to watch this as well. This is the end of a stream I've just done and thought I need to get this tested. Right, our doors are off. We've got the road so we can put it into forwards and then we can start taking power now. So we've got 20 limits, so I'm going to take off in notch 2 until about 15, then go back to notch 1. It's really different. I've actually just finished a stream, and the last train I was driving on the stream was the AP377. Sorry, I'm looking over here for the camera, but you guys are actually up here. So it does respond differently to the control and enter. AWS being used as well. It responds differently to the 377 in Train Sim Classic than it does in TSW. So I am also using the AWS plunger that's available from THomsonSim.com as well. New stock of these should be in towards the beginning of August, so keep an eye out on the website over there. You should see those come back in stock. The pre-orders have all gone out and now we've got stock levels, so you should see those in stock soon enough. And before anybody goes in the comments, how much is it? Go and check THomsonSim.com. You'll find all your answers there. And if you don't, then leave me a message, it's fine. So this is only like a 15-minute scenario, this is absolutely nothing. But I thought I'd give you guys an idea of what we're going through testing this. So we can do it with all sorts of different trains. In TSW at the moment, it works for a lot of things in different ways. So it's about finding the right versions of the software to work with the correct locomotives at the correct time. Oh, that was a 40 limit. And then we're back up at 65. So what I'll do is I'll put my hand behind my head. Because some people go, he's using the keyboard. Well, I'll keep my hand here. How's that? Even though it should be this hand that's up there. So the aim is hopefully to get to a point where you shouldn't need to use the keyboard for much within Train Sim or Train Sim World. So maybe like headlights and wipers. As much as it's easy for us to say, yes, you could do a switch or a button for those. There's so many variations within the game that programming every single bit of software for every single train that's out there is a tricky number. Some are backwards, some are forwards. We're noticing that with things like the AWS and the reversers. Sometimes the way the reversers are on the train is actually backwards. So what would be forwards normally on some trains would be reverse in others. So we've got to then manually change the software to make sure it knows that from each train. So it's quite a lengthy process. As much as the hardware is near enough complete with the PBCs, there's still work to be done, both hardware and software wise. But hopefully we shouldn't be too long away. We shouldn't be too long away. The more I can test it, the more lots of other people. I mean, there's quite a few of these already out there with the prototype versions, so there's a good number of testers out there. I think, off the top of my head, over 15, I think. So these are being thoroughly tested. AWS boxes now, we're looking at over 150 of them sold, or in hands of testers as well. So there's a lot of stuff being tested properly. We don't want this to be you guys get it and it doesn't work, or vice versa. I've got to get better at reading the track with this. We've seen the new HUD though, haven't we? We saw the new HUD for TSW2. That looked quite nice. See, I've just got out of sync there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there we go. So the way the train actually reacts to the handle being pressed is quite different in TSW. It's sort of a much slower action, whereas in TS Classic you can sort of pull and it will move as it moves. With TS it's got to move it within the animation speed that's set within the train. So it's about timing that as well and getting those right. So it's more tricky than it seems, than it just meets the eye really. But it's really exciting to be a part of, and watching Dan from TS Controllers making these and coming back with new bits of software, and then we can feed back and say, no, this needs doing or that needs doing. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Frustration, don't get me wrong, at times, especially when it's come to the AWS plungers and the parts delays we had on those. But apart from that, really, really, really impressive. So we're going down to 35 now. Nothing like a good Morpeth board to warn me as well. That's one thing I wish we had in the TS Classic version, is the gap. See how we went over so what that was is we went over a section where there was no shoe off the train touching a third rail conductor. So you hear it going powered down, powers back up again. It's a lovely feature that's actually in this. And I've got it out of sync again. So see how it's got to learn? That's what I've still got to do, is work out where it learns what. Makes it tricky. I'm not actually stopping here. What am I doing? So yeah, this is the first time I've fully driven. I've like pulled it out of a station and stopped it, but this is the longest I've driven with it. So yes, it's a learning curve. But is it nice to drive with? Yeah. Am I pleased with how it's responding? Yeah, pretty much. really getting there. I'm pleased with it. And that's as a New Haven Harbour. So step 3, into neutral, doors open. Alright guys, thank you very much for that super duper quick. Like really, really quick. That was quicker than I thought. Oh no, is there more to do? Is there more to do? I don't know. There's got to be more to do, surely. Or is that really it? We'll know in a second. Oh no, wait until 9:12. Yeah, no, it actually is. Well, anyway, it's as much as I'm going to do tonight because I'm going to get into bed, and I've tested that for Dan, so I know that bit works. Right, so I'll give you all a wave here. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Head over to alanthomsonsim.com for all the update information on the PPC controllers, plus the AWS plungers, plus the door boxes. Keep an eye on Facebook, also tscontrols.co.uk. Keep an eye out there for what's going on as well. Head over to the Facebook group and Twitch on a Monday and a Wednesday from 7 PM. Alright guys, thank you very much for joining me. Catch you next time. If I got rid of my mouse at the right time there, so catch you next time.